And this is also one of the biggest reasons why I love macrame so much. My name is Nicole and welcome back to Bochiknot Macrame. Here is where you will find everything macrame related, from DIY pattern tutorials, tips and tricks, and best practices for your knotting journey. So if you guys are interested in learning more macrame with me, click that subscribe button to stay tuned for more. And then also follow me on Instagram at Bochiknot for our latest macrame designs and some helpful tips on our Instagram reels. So I'm super excited to be sharing with you guys today's tutorial. It is a simple yet versatile macrame pattern. So as you can tell from first glance, these are just macrame straps, but you can actually use them for a few different purposes. And I know that the first one that comes to mind right away is macrame bag straps. So you can turn almost any macrame bag into a crossbody one by attaching these straps onto the bag. The second way is to use this as a yoga mat holder. All you have to do is make 2 loops on each side of the yoga mat and then secure the loops with the lobster clasp, and then off you go. The third way is to use this as a dog leash. All you have to do is make a loop with one end, and then you can take the other end with the other lobster clasp and clasp it onto the dog collar, and then off you go. And this is also one of the reasons why I love macrame so much. You can take something simple like these macrame straps and have 3 different uses for them. This is a simple beginner-friendly design made with just 3 knots: the Lark's head knot, the square knot, and then the gathering knot. If you guys are a beginner with macrame, we do offer a macrame starter kit that goes over the 6 basic knots of macrame in a small wall hanging design. If you guys are interested in trying out macrame for the first time, then this may be right for you. If instead you're just looking for the right cord and want to practice macrame off tutorials on YouTube or through blogs, that is totally okay. We do offer a 2-for-1 cord deal for our single strand cord. If you guys are interested in any of these, check out the links in the video description below. And without further ado, let's get started. You will need some materials and supplies for this project. I used 3mm cotton cord for this, and also 2 swivel lobster clasps. And for this particular pattern, I've made a strap at 46 inches in length. We're going to start off with 1 lobster clasp first. You're going to need 2 strands of cord at 255 inches long, and with one end of one cord, we're going to measure 60 inches down. And from there, we're going to make a loop. So on the right end is our shorter 60-inch long side, and on the left is our longer side. Take that loop end and attach it onto the bottom of the lobster clasp with a Lark's head knot. Now you're going to repeat the same thing on the right side, mirroring what we just did on the left side, but now this time the left end is going to be the shorter end at 60 inches long. So if you've done this correctly, the middle 2 cord ends should be the 60-inch cord ends, and they should be a lot shorter than the ones on the outside. As you can see here are my 2 middle cords, which are shorter, and then the outer cords are much longer. And the reason why we need longer cords on the outside and shorter cords on the inside is we're going to make a series of square knots, which only uses the outer cords as working cords, and the 2 middle cords are anchor cords, so they can be shorter, which in turn can save some cord lengths. To make our very first square knot, we're going to skip about 1.5 inches down from the Lark's head knot, and we're going to make a half knot and then finish off with an opposite half knot to complete the square knot. we're leaving some space here to make the gathering knot, which is what we're going to end the pattern with on the other end, so that both ends will end up looking the same. Continue making a series of square knots downwards. Depending on the length of the straps that you want, will determine how many square knots you need to make. If you prefer having longer straps, then you will have to make a few more square knots. If you want shorter ones, then you can make a few less. I like my straps a little longer, so I have measured about 42 inches from the top of the lark's head knot to the bottom of the last square knot. So right now my straps are about 42 inches long from the top of the lark's head knot to the bottom of the last square knot. And now to seal the ends onto the other lobster clasp, we're going to make some vertical lark's head knots so that it mimics how we had started the bag strap pattern. Starting with the top end, we're going to make a vertical lark's head knot by threading the thread through top down, bringing it through the left side, through the front. Take that same end and bring it through bottom up, and then through the loop at the front. And then pull on it to tighten. And it should look like we have made a lark's head knot. When you tighten the knot, make sure there's about 1.5 inches of space between the last square knot and this lark's head knot. You can use the beginning of the bag strap pattern to gauge how much space you need. Then take the 4th cord, so the far right cord, and repeat the same thing onto the right side of the lobster clasp with another vertical lark's head knot. Once done, the 2 ends from the lark's head knots will face downwards, and then the 2 cords in the middle from the square knots will face upwards towards the lobster clasp. Now we're going to take a strand of cord at 20 inches long and make a gathering knot. We're going to continue wrapping around the gathered cords until that 1.5 inches of space is filled up. Then cut off all of the excess cords. Take another strand of 20-inch long cord and make a gathering knot on the other end. And you are now complete with the strap pattern. I wanted to quickly show you the 3 different ways you can use these straps. As you can see here, I have a bag pattern with 2 D-rings already. You don't necessarily have to have D-rings attached onto a bag. As long as it's Macrame and it has holes on the side, you can just attach the lobster clasp onto any knotted section on the bag. The second way is to use it as a yoga mat holder. All you have to do is take one end of the straps, make a loop, and then take the lobster clasp and then attach it onto the closest part of the bag strap. A loop is formed on one end, and then do the same thing on the other end. We're going to form a loop and then attach the lobster clasp onto the strap. Then once that is done, you can hold it like a bag. For a dog leash, all you have to do is make a loop on one end, use that as a handle, and then attach the other end onto the dog collar and use it as a dog leash. And that concludes our 3 different ways to use Macrame straps. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. There are honestly probably several more ways you can use these straps for. If you guys have come up with other ways, I want to hear them. Let me know in the comment section below. And if you guys like videos like this where we have taken a simple macrame pattern and used them in 3 different ways, let me know in the comment section below and I'll be sure to make more of these for you guys in the future. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys next time.